You're watching Your View.
Thank you for joining us. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Yo, what's up, great friends? This is Kaplan and Crew from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. By the way, for everybody that is now watching on television, because I know a lot of people will have watched the San Diego State basketball game tonight on Channel 4 San Diego, part of the Cox Your View network. And so when the basketball game comes to an end, many people will have left their TV on, and now here we are. We're on your TV. And my phone's going to just blow up tonight because all these people are going to see the Aztec game. They're going to see the Kaplan and Crew TV commercials, and then they're going to see the show. Hey, what's up? And if you're watching right now on TV, check these out. What do you like better, Grande? Do you like the black hoodie or do you like the black long sleeve T-shirt, the Kaplan and Crew T-shirts? So I'm just curious. And by the way,
what do I like
better?
better?
You like the hoodie? You like the white? You like the tee?
The hoodie. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of long sleeve tees because I end up just rolling them up like 3/4 of the way anyways. Mm-hmm. So I'm a big time hoodie guy. So for me, I'm hoodies all the way.
So should we just we're putting together a store on our website, kaplanandcrew.com. We've never done this before, but we want to, raise some dollars because we've got some charitable things we want to do. So we thought we would start trying to sell some merch. And I'm saying merch because I think it sounds kind of younger and cooler. Do you think that we should put long sleeve tees in the store, or should we just do hoodies? Should we just should we be in and out and just focus on one product and do it really well? Browner, I can already hear you saying no.
As the person who has to actually manage it, no. We should do what we can do first. And once we figure this out, then we can expand to other things. But until we do that, I'm going to say no, because we have to understand the process of this. There will be hiccups. There will be mistakes. There will be things we have to iron out. Until we can do all that with the first run of the sweaters, don't add a second and third product to the line until we're ready to handle that.
Here's what Fat Tony says. He's in this business of promotional gear and stuff. He says, here's a suggestion. You might want to do a promo. Inventory is going to be hit or miss after Saturday, meaning we go on this boat trip on Saturday. We only ordered 150 hoodies. We're going to give away 75 or 80 of them on Saturday. By the way, I've already started to see people. Bernard Thompson got one. I don't know exactly how, but he's modeling it all over Twitter. And BT, if you're watching right now and you're in our YouTube chat, you can show it off or explain to us how you got it. I got a message yesterday from Brian Bushfield. Brian Bushfield is the owner of West Coast BBQ Shop. In fact, Browner's going to be down there at West Coast BBQ Shop on Friday. Yeah. So if you want to come visit with Browner, he will be down there on Friday from about 9:30 in the morning till about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you want to come visit with Browner, westcoastbbqshop.com is the website. 2330 Proctor Valley Road in Chula Vista is the address for the mom and pop shop. I call it that because, look, it's brick and mortar, okay? But it's Brian Bushfield, his wife, and his mom, and they're running this incredible shop. So Brian told me yesterday that Fat Tony stopped by his store and dropped off a couple of hoodies to Brian. So,
okay, wait. Now let's take a timeout for a second.
Okay.
Who's in charge of who gets these things? Because if he's just driving around passing them out so he can be cool, he probably should stop doing that.
Well, the question is he dipping into the 150 that we bought?
Right.
Or did he make some additional, that he's just kind of handing out? Fat Tony says, I suggest you say that you're doing a pre-sale till whatever day. He goes, and then you know what you need and you order a little bit more. In other words, Fat Tony is trying to explain to us, hey, if you put something on the website and you say, hey, we're doing a pre-sale, that's going to inspire people to want to hurry up and buy them. And then you're going to have a better idea of which products that people actually like. I think people are going to like the hoodies.
I am at the understanding that we have 75 of them. You're giving out 75 on the boat. You're bringing 75 to the boat, and there are 75 left over. 75 and 75 is 150. So I put in our stock that we have 75 hooded sweatshirts. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I would hope at the end of the day, we have 75 hooded sweatshirts. So we shouldn't have to worry about
think anything
inventory,
goes on sale
about what's available, because like Brian Bushfield, we already bought this 150 sweatshirts.
Wait, what are you saying, Grande?
One, we should have this conversation off air. Two, nothing goes on sale until we're done with Saturday. You know exactly how many.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and by the way, listen, I like having show business on the air, but I
I
do
know,
want to
but this is
transition.
just like kind of boring.
But I do want, I do want to transition. I want to get to where we were going. This I didn't intend for this to be this long.
all good.
So okay, but here it goes. I want to get back to where we left off, and that was this. So I read this story yesterday. I read this report, and I'll read it to you because it's very short and sweet. Here it goes. Headline: Padres star Tatis okay after incident in the Dominican Republic. Now let me ask you something. Is the Union Tribune planning on flying Kevin Acee down to the Dominican Republic to find Fernando Tatis to make sure that he's okay after just a little minor accident with a motorcycle? A little nothing. It's just a little nothing. Okay. Here's my question to Kevin Acee, Mr. Reporter. You ready? How do you know? Have you seen him? Have you talked to him? Have you had FaceTime videos with him? Are you Zooming with the guy? Or what I presume is you're just being fed what the Padres want you to write. The Padres know that Fernando got hurt. How extensive, we don't know. But what the Padres do is they say to Kevin Acee, hey, look, before this thing gets out and it turns into a you-know-what storm, okay, and people stop buying tickets because they're like, oh, he ain't going to play next year. I'm just making this all up. Somebody at the Padres is feeding to Kevin Acee, Kevin, we really, really need you to just sort of make sure that nobody thinks this is serious, okay? Just tell everybody, little tiny accident, he's fine, everything's okay. Here's how it reads. Padre star shortstop Fernando Tatis Jr. was involved in a minor accident Sunday, so today's Wednesday. This happened, we started to hear about it yesterday, in which he escaped with only minor scrapes, according to sources. Who do you suppose the sources are? The sources are people at the Padres. Hey, Kev, we want you to know, minor, really small, let people know. A report out of the Dominican Republic says that the incident involved a motorcycle and that Tatis was transported to a medical center. That's not me putting that in air quotes. That's actually in the quotes of the story. He went to a medical center. What does that mean? For treatment. People familiar with Tatis' status said he was doing normal activities as of Tuesday. The 22-year-old Tatis hit a National League high 42 home runs in 2021, his first season in a 14-year, $340 million contract. The Padres cannot comment on the status of Tatis or any other players during the Major League Baseball lockout. So I would say this to the Union.
Here's from Fox 5. I don't know where Fox 5 got this from, but Baudilio Jimenez, a sports reporter from Santo Domingo, said the scrape-up happened on a highway in Higüey and involved a motorcycle, though it wasn't clear what kind of vehicle the shortstop was in at the time of the crash. And like you just said, Tatis was taken to a medical center for treatment, but had only minor scrapes.
Well, I have a question. Was Tatis on the motorcycle or was he in a car?
That's what's confusing.
Right. I agree. I find this to be confusing as well. So here's the thing. And Alex, it's very funny that you started the show this way because it's exactly what I was thinking. If we were to go back and Google and find out Kevin Acee's original report about Tommy Pham and being stabbed outside of a nightclub where Browner says, oh man, that ain't nothing. That happens all the time. If we were to go and find the original article, I'll bet you the verbiage is not too far off. It's like, yeah, Tommy Pham was at a strip club. This is all during COVID, by the way. And a little teeny tiny something, nothing major. Like somebody with a butter knife just kind of scraped him a little bit. Nothing really, just very minor. Then we found out that Tommy Pham was stabbed and yanked and shanked. And man, there was a huge scar in his back and blood is flowing, dude. The guy lucky to be alive. I'm not joking. But it's a little minor nothing, little dust up, nothing really going on, little minor, nothing happening there. I don't trust Kevin because I know that he don't know jack squat. All Kevin does is listen to whatever the Padres tell him, and then he reports it. Get on a plane, get the Union Tribune to get you on a plane, fly down to the Dominican Republic, find him, interview him, take pictures so we all know you were there, and then let us know it was just a minor nothing. Because I don't believe what Kevin tells me because I know that he's only reporting what the Padres are telling him to report.
Padres outfielder Tommy Pham was injured in an altercation Sunday night outside a Midway District strip club and underwent surgery for a stab wound in his lower back. That was the exact reporting.
Okay.
But I'm going back to this Baudilio Jimenez reporter.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm reading this correctly, and I know my Spanish is my Spanish comprehension is not that great, but
Chest.
I'm reading it. Nos informan que Fernando Tatis Jr. habría sufrido un leve accidente de moto en Higüey hace 2 días. Now, the way I read that, and the way Google translates that, is that Fernando Tatis Jr. suffered a slight motorcycle accident.
Mm-hmm.
So the way that he reported it, it's that he was in a motorcycle accident.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This
Car
is the same
accident and
kid.
motorcycle are different.
Yeah, this is
Very
this is the same kid who refused to get surgery on his shoulder, right? Hey, I'm not getting surgery on my shoulder. I'm going home. I'm going to mess around. I'm going to swim
motorcycles.
I'm ride motorcycles. I'm going to because I've seen some of his like social media where he's got like a drone following him and he's swimming in the ocean. You know, he don't want to have surgery on his shoulder. Guy, he's young. He's a kid. He wants to mess around. He's invincible, right? Ride motorcycles, dude. You're a $300 million, $340 million baseball player. Get off the motorcycle, dude.
You're a
But
business
Kevin,
now, my man.
Are you contractually allowed to be on a motorcycle? That's my question, because I don't think you are, right? If you have this massive contract, you're not really allowed to do those things.
Okay.
Ask Ben Roethlisberger.
Those things are true. You're absolutely right. They're contractual things that they would not like you to do in your contract. What are the Padres going to do? Void that joint? Like, that's the thing about that. Like, Ben Roethlisberger, yeah, you got into a motorcycle accident doing whatever you were on a motorcycle you weren't supposed to be on. Jason Williams for the Chicago Bulls basically ruined his career on the motorcycle he wasn't supposed to be on. So unless you actually get injured on the motorcycle, what's the team going to do? Cancel the contract? No. They're just going to ask you not to do it. Don't swim with sharks. That could be bad for you. It's in your contract. Now he's swimming with sharks.
I mean,
don't go snow skiing.
Those things are silly too, because I don't even think you're allowed to play other sports.
You're not allowed to play basketball.
Right. You're not allowed to. But what I'm saying is, I think rolling around in a motorcycle in the Dominican Republic is something that I don't want Tatis doing.
Here's something while we were talking.
As a fan,
it always sticks out to me. I had to look this up while we were talking.
The diary.
Oh, he breaking out the diary, bro.
You can get hurt anywhere doing anything. Okay, so I'm not saying that the Dominican Republic is a place where you shouldn't go. 2017, 3 people died in an accident. 2019, Dave Ortiz was shot. 2018, a kid from Cincinnati was killed in a car crash. And 2021, some guy named Byron Laura for the Rangers hurt in an accident driving in a vehicle in the Dominican Republic. So apparently, it's difficult to drive down there. So we don't see reports of professional athletes here getting in crashes on the road. These guys it's dangerous down there. These guys have a lot of money, so they have a lot of influence, and they get to do whatever they want. I understand that because I'm going back to Chicago. That's my hometown. Getting a little crazy because I know the ins and outs of the city.
A little crazy.
You feel me? But at the same time, I don't want to get killed. I understand these guys. They want to be in their home country. They want to have a good time. But you're not, as a great man once said.
Oh yeah,
I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
Yeah, I don't want Tatis anywhere near a motorcycle because of that shoulder. And to get in a motorcycle act, let's just say he was in a car, okay, and he hit somebody or someone hit him, whatever the case may be. Like, I don't even want him driving.
Bro, I don't want him
to be a passenger.
I don't want him.
I want him to be a passenger.
I don't want him in a car. I don't want him flying. I don't want him in a car.
No,
I don't want him picking up luggage.
I don't want him driving. No. Right. Don't pick up any luggage.
Listen,
right.
I'm not gonna go. I'm not going Henry Ruggs on you guys. I'm not saying he's doing that. But what I'm saying is I don't want him to even remotely have that possibility while he's in the Dominican Republic during this lockout. You know, like I understand that they say as of yesterday he was doing normal activities again, which I believe. Which
what are those? Like breathing, eating? What are normal activities?
Walking.
Yeah. You know, walking.
What's a normal activity after a motorcycle accident?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Which was reported by AC as a car accident.
If this came from any other source, like a Jeff Passan or anybody else that covers the Padres, Dennis Lin, AJ Cassavell, any one of these guys, I would believe it. I really would. But the way he reported Tommy Pham, I'm like, wait a minute. Show me the stab wound.
Although the way
until I see Tatis on Instagram.
Yeah. The way you wrote, you read though the original report on Tommy Pham, it was not the way you and I both characterized it, which was the way he downplayed it. Because there was a lot of downplaying of that Tommy Pham incident. Like it was not a big deal.
It might have been on his Twitter.
You know, it was. All I'm saying is that as I recall, okay, Kevin Acee very much downplayed the severity of the Tommy Pham stab wound. And then we all saw the video, we all saw the scar, and we understand that it was not just some little minor Swiss Army knife that poked him. Okay. He got shanked like he was in jail. And whoever.
Yeah, I think it was his original tweet, which I don't even know.
Yeah, forget about it. We all remember.
It was definitely in the original tweet that. Yeah, it was a little minor altercation outside of Pacers.
Yeah.
Hey, he was in a gang brawl where he was stabbed in the back.
Right. Can't say that because the Padres don't want Kevin Acee to report that. I mean, they don't want that's bad publicity right there. He's just a victim. And it's just minor. It's nothing. It's a little nothing. It's a little nothing.
Gang fight. What's a gang? A gang like 3 people? No. He wasn't in no gang fight. Crips, Bloods, one of those.
Yeah, just a little nothing.
Shout out to Pacers.
Yeah.
Every time you hear the word stab, it's always minor, right?
Every time. Barely prick the skin. It's like getting a vaccine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, I will just say this, just 1 second to mention that Browner on Friday is going down to West Coast BBQ Shop. I obviously mentioned that earlier in the segment, but I want to just remind everybody that if you've got any friends, family, and you're trying to figure out creative gifts for the holiday season, now we've got some other ideas coming up. I know I told you guys about the Kaplan and Crew extravaganza where we're taking great friends, listeners who have interesting products and interesting gift ideas, and we're trying to connect them to you guys who are watching and listening, and you can decide if it's something for you and if it's interesting. Like the robe guy, Eric Frost, the other day, right away, people started buying up his robes, California Robe Company. And so today we're going to meet somebody else who's connected to the show, and we're going to learn about their product. But all of this was inspired, I will say, by Brian Bushfield, because Brian is an independent operator. It's him, his mom, and it's his wife, 2330 Proctor Valley Road in Chula Vista. And if you know anybody that loves grilling or outdoor cooking, this is the place to go for the holidays because he's got outdoor kitchens that come with like refrigerators and wine coolers and grills and all kinds of stuff. And if you love the big green egg, there's lots of different sizes to it. There's the little guy, there's the medium size, large, extra large, the double XL. Some of them come on wheels. You got to be able to move around. Sometimes you put them into like a countertop. Brian's got all that stuff for you. And you should definitely go check him out. westcoastbbqshop.com or 2330 Proctor Valley Road. And when you get down there, tell him you're a great friend. He's going to take really, really good care of you. He's probably rocking that hoodie that Fat Tony dropped off to him yesterday, which I wonder still, Browner. I do wonder, did that come from our stock of 150, meaning, hey, he knows Brian's coming on the boat with Next Level Sailing on Saturday, so he already gave it to him? Or was it an extra one that FT made? Or is FT dipping in and giving them away? I don't know.
I mean, does he have permission to just pass them out pre-sale, pre-giveaway, pre-trip? I mean, if he does,
he's part of the fam. I got to trust him. I do trust him. Got nothing but trust and love in my heart for the man. What can I tell you?
Cool. Can't wait to see you Friday, Brian. Can't wait to see the fam. Shout out to moms.
Yeah. Friday, Browner will be down there, West Coast BBQ Shop. If you want to come hang out with Browner, you want to sample some really amazing food because Brian's going to be cooking it up, westcoastbbqshop.com, 2330 Proctor Valley Road in Chula Vista. Browner will be there from about 9:30 in the morning till about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Come on down and visit with Big Brown. All right, there you go. So, look, I am concerned about this Fernando Tatis story. I think, Alex, you probably said it best, frankly, which is that if this was somebody else that was reporting that it was a minor little nothing accident in the Dominican Republic, I'd buy it. I'd have no problem with the report. But because it comes from Kevin, who I'm sure at some point today will either text me or tweet me or tell me what kind of an a-hole I am.
Does he
when he
text
hears
you or
something
tweet
like this, I suspect he might. I haven't spoken to Kevin Acee in a really long time. It's been a long time.
When was the last time he texted you? Hey, a-hole, why would you say that?
Yeah, it's been a really long time. It's been a really long time. Let me see.
When you see his name pop up on your phone,
Scott.
you go, oh, what does he want?
Dude, it's been so long since me and Kevin Acee have actually spoken to each other. Yeah, at one point we did a podcast that we were trying to do. This is the early days of podcasting. I'm trying to figure it out. And it was called The Radio Guy.
Well, for you it was.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but this is probably how many years ago you think this is? 4 years ago or so? Yeah, it was called The Radio Guy and the Newspaper Guy, something like that. It was kind of a fun concept, I think.
At one point on that station, they would only let me do a podcast. So there's that.
What did AC do at 1090? I don't remember. Did he have like a night show or something?
Yes. He had a night show. Yeah,
Yes,
he had
he
a
was the
night
night
show,
show.
and then they gave his night show to
Chris
the guy
Cantori.
from the rock and roll station.
Yeah, Chris Cantori.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Yeah, we were in good hands.
Well,
Yeah.
listen, it's not Chris's fault. It was all Glickenhaus's fault.
Great guy. I loved him. He was awesome to me.
Chris is a great guy. Chris Cantori. Anybody who knows Chris Cantori in San Diego knows what a great guy he is. Okay, and he's gone through a lot of stuff in his career because at one point he was a rock star of a rock DJ, and then, man, he has had all kinds of stuff go on in his life, from his wife dealing and battling and succeeding with breast cancer to, just moving jobs and trying to, get back onto the radio. And he had a really nice run for a couple of years after he worked at 1090, but radio is so different. Kevin Acey and I have not communicated by text January 3rd, 2018.
Nice. Send him one. Say hi.
All right, I will. Hey, Kev.
How are
Text him, say, hey, a-hole, why'd you write that about
No,
the
I'm going to
teeth?
do that. I'm just going to write him, hey, Kev.
Why'd you text him? Hey, any update on the teeth? You're not down. Come on.
I'm going to do it. I am going to do it.
You ain't about
I
that
am.
life.
No, I am going to do it. I'm going to do it. All right, stick around. We are in the
Let's
7
get him on
mile.
the show. What? Will he
Should
come on
we?
the show?
Yeah, I'm sure he probably would. Do
Yeah.
we need him? Anyway. All right, we're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com, and we got so much more to get to coming right back.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
And they're on. Welcome back. Please join us in welcoming the Race and Sports Radio Show back home to 1090. Join host Felix Taverna every Saturday at 9 a.m. for the very best horse racing coverage in all of Southern California. The all-new and mightier 1090.
These are challenging times for our community.
The San Diego Food Bank and our North County Food Bank chapter are here if you need help. We have hundreds of locations throughout the county where you can get help with food.
We have food.
It's okay to ask for help.
Visit one of our drive-through and walk-up locations.
We can also help you sign up for CapFresh.
If you need help or if you can help, visit SanDiegoFoodBank.org.
Watch your San Diego State Aztecs take on the Cal State Fullerton Titans. December 8th at 7 p.m., live from the Viejas Arena.
Oh, yeah.
Great googly moogly. Oh, yeah. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon, where your trade-in is always worth more. Just off I-8 in El Cajon. Time now for Kaplan and Crew tonight's Community Connect. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon. And by Prospect Home Finance.
Last month, the Orange County Soccer Club hosted its second Corporate Cup, pitting local businesses against one another in a competitive round-robin soccer tournament, with the finalists playing at Championship Stadium after the Orange County SC home game on Wednesday, October 20th.
Really a great opportunity to get our whole company and our families out here together, spending time for a good cause and really enjoying it.
Co-ed teams from a variety of industries showed up at the Great Park Fields in Irvine to participate in the charity tournament, with the proceeds going to the OCSC Community Foundation to help further its mission to use soccer as a vehicle to promote health and wellness, support and empower youth, foster an inclusive environment, and unify the local community.
We feel great about giving back to our community. Experian is a company that tries to give back in many ways, and just being able to support this cause is awesome. Anything that we can do to kind of support Orange County, we're all about it.
It was a fun day out on the field with 16 teams battling it out for bragging rights to see who moved on to the finals.
They've been taking it pretty seriously so far. A lot of them have been practicing in the weeks leading up. They've got their own custom jerseys, and you can tell they're having a great time just getting out of the office on a Friday on a beautiful day here at the Orange County Great Park.
The team members were extremely excited and passionate. We got more than expected entries, and we had to tell people then just show up and cheer the team.
Participating companies were also treated to meet and greets and private coaching sessions with OCSC players and coaches.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's Community Connect is fueled by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Southern California radio is a special game, a unique game from the sandy beaches of the Baja and all the way to Santa Barbara. My voice sounds pretty cool. The all-new and mightier 1090.
Food insecurity is defined as not having sufficient resources to buy food either for yourself or for your family. Folks who are food insecure struggle with not having enough food to eat because maybe they lost their jobs. It is important to not just look at one person as being food insecure, but really looking at them as it could be anyone. The San Diego Food Bank has been around for over 40 years. Our job is to help procure food for San Diego County residents to make sure that no one is going to bed hungry. Accessing food from the San Diego Food Bank is very simple. A lot of our distributions right now are operating as drive-through distributions, so they are safe to attend if you are concerned with getting out of your vehicle and walking into a food pantry. The San Diego Food Bank needs your continued support. Please visit our website at sandiegofoodbank.org, and there you will see all of the different ways that you too can get involved.
There's a difference between just getting there and enjoying the journey. At Team Mazda of El Cajon, we put you in the driver's seat of the best cars around. From our stylish crossover SUVs to our classic sedans and sports cars. At Team Mazda of El Cajon, your good credit and trade-in can turn into the Mazda of your dreams. Start enjoying your drive with a new Mazda today. Visit Team Mazda of El Cajon.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
University of San Diego men's basketball beat Cal Poly in a close game on Sunday. Final score was 52-51. The Toreros took the lead with under 10 minutes left in the first half and were able to outlast a late run by Cal Poly to get the win. Wayne McKinney scored a career-high 17 points, making 3 of 6 attempts from the three-point line. McKinney also had 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Marcellus Earlington had 14 points and 3 rebounds as well. USD is now 5-5 on the season. They'll take on Cal Lutheran on Saturday. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew Tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance. Brought to you by Prospect Home Finance. Fast, friendly, affordable. Watch your San Diego State Aztecs take on the Cal State Fullerton Titans. December 8th at 7 p.m. live from the Viejas Arena.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Great friends, it is a Wednesday afternoon here on Kaplan and Crew. Today's December 8th, which I just want to make a quick mention of something. I don't even look at a calendar. Let me rephrase that. I don't even look at the date, And yesterday, my kids said to me, this was last evening, I had to get done last night with the show. And then my two daughters, who both play high school field hockey, they had a banquet last night for the field hockey team, right? And my daughter said to me, she goes, "Oh my goodness, I forgot to text Grandpa happy birthday. It's my ex-father-in-law's birthday yesterday." And I said, "Oh my God, I didn't know that yesterday was December 7th. And I always know that it was his birthday, but it's also the day that will live in infamy because that was the day that Pearl Harbor was bombed." And I was yesterday talking to a lot of the great friends on our YouTube chat, and they were talking about it. And I was like, what's everybody talking about? Like, I'm kind of in and out of the conversation. I did not realize, I feel like such a schmuck. I did not realize that yesterday was December 7th and what the historical significance is of December 7th. And so I'm just sending shout outs and love, because for anybody that's ever been to the Pearl Harbor Memorial in Hawaii, that's an emotional place to go. You're there and you're like, oh my God, I've seen the videos or I've seen the movies of what happened here. And man, I'm standing here now, and it's crazy. So it's just one of these things where you're living too fast and you're not paying attention to what's going on outside of the world of sports, and then you don't even know what day it is. And Alex, you'll get a kick out of this. Last night we're sitting there, and the JV coach stands up to give out some awards to the team.
Mm-hmm.
And she's talking about this kid. She's like, this girl was the hardest worker, and she asked questions because she wanted to get better. And by the end of the year, she'd never played field hockey before. And by the end of the year, she was starting, and we couldn't get her off the field. And she was giving her 100% all. And she made a couple of big assists for us. And I'm like sitting there listening to this going, man, this coach is hyping this kid, man. This is a great kid. I love to hear good stories like that. And then she goes, our most improved player is Julia. And my daughter goes up and she gets the award. And I'm like, I mean, I was listening, but I never thought they were talking about my kid. So I was kind of not really like 100% listening.
Yeah.
I was sort of watching the Laker game on my phone, and I was like, wow, man. So I had to go up and talk to these coaches. I'm like, Coach, I can't believe the things you just said about my kid. That was so amazing. And
well, it's better that than him like saying all these things, or the coach saying all these things, and you're thinking it's your kid, and then it's not.
Yeah. Actually, as a female coach, and if I am being completely honest and not trying to be sexist in any way, I'm just going to say it out loud. Very, very hot. Like young woman. I went and met her. No, seriously, I never met her before.
Hello. It's not sexist, because you will say that about a dude too.
If it was a guy coach and I thought he was really hot, I'd probably tell you the same thing. I was like, hey, listen, I don't want to be sexist, but this guy's really smoking. He's hot.
Dude, I remember
she was great.
I remember. The reason I say that is I remember when we're at 1090, we had a Christmas party at Social Tap, and Glickenhaus was handing out this award, and he started saying all these things, and everybody starts looking at me because everyone thinks he's talking about me. Literally, everyone's staring at me like, "Oh, you're getting this one. Oh, you're getting this one." And you know who he gave it to?
Who?
Linda Welby. I was like, she didn't even work there. She's barely here. And she got an award? Yeah, everybody was looking at me like, oh, dude, you got this one. Whatever this is, you got this one. Yeah, that's why I say that, Scott.
Hey, can I tell you guys?
Can we also address this? Can we address an elephant on the show?
We can, but before you address the elephant, but wait, before you address the elephant, I just want you guys to know that Kevin Acey replied to my text.
Oh, what'd he say?
Yeah, he replied to the text. Here, I haven't texted the guy since January 3rd, 2018. Where this is like 4 years ago, like literally 4 years ago. I write to him. I go, hey, Kev, any update on Tatis? He writes back, he's fine. Everyone says so. And I write, and I really feel like what I should say to him is, does everyone mean like people within the Padres organization? Like that's what I feel like I should say to him.
You should be funny back now.
What should I say?
That he texts you, and it was such a snarky AC way of doing it. I don't know, man. You should say something like, "Oh, are you on your way down there to check on him or something?" I don't know. That's hilarious that he just.
When's your flight to the Dominican Republic?
That is hilarious that he texts back like a serious answer.
That's good.
I am going to do that. I am
good
doing
to know
that.
you guys have a solid working relationship.
You should text him. You want to come on the show? Talk about it.
Yeah, come on the show and say that.
Talk about the lockout.
Okay. All right. Okay, I like it. Okay. All right. I'm texting him back.
Congrats to your
All right.
kid, by the way.
Yeah. Hey, thank you. Elephant in the room, Browner. What were you saying?
You went to a banquet,
Mm-hmm.
found yourself in front of a hot coach, even though you're spoken for,
Mm-hmm.
and you still didn't shave off the goatee, man. What happened?
So this is very funny that you say that. This morning, without exaggeration, this tool right here, the Manscaped lawnmower. I took the Manscaped lawnmower, not this one. This is kind of like my display unit, but I took the Manscaped lawnmower. And again, you're looking for a great holiday gift for somebody. Manscaped is a company that's based in Carlsbad that's about to go public. And Manscaped, not only they have this package, it's the lawnmower. This is the 4.0 package they have for you. It's the lawnmower, this thing right here. Okay. Then it's got the toiletry bag. It's got the underpants. It's got all the ball deodorizer stuff. I mean, it's really a phenomenal package. And if you go to manscaped.com and you use our promo code GreatFriends, you save 20%. I'll tell you right now, every guy this is the gift to give this person because it's like 5 or 6 gifts in one. But anyway, this morning I was standing there in the mirror and I was just shaving this thing down. I was shaving it way, way, way down. So now it just looks like I haven't shaved for a couple of days rather than actually attempting to try and grow a goatee. And the reason I took it all down is because I thought it'd be a lot easier to shave off. But yeah, last night it was like Monty Williams, the coach of the Phoenix Suns. That's how bushy and thick it was. Yeah, I'm getting rid of it. I am getting rid of it. But I'm using this Manscaped tool to do it. I am. I'm doing it. Guys, I'll tell you right now, if we expect women to be women-scaped, we all as dudes should be manscaped. So manscaped.com, use our promo code GreatFriends. You save 20%. Carlsbad-based company who's experimenting with our show again. So happy to have them back on. And I hope
about
that
to
you
be
guys
publicly traded.
Yeah, and I hope you guys will all buy their product because if you buy their product and you use our promo code GreatFriends, they'll continue to advertise on the show, and they got terrific products.
If I buy some stock and I use our code word when I buy stock, does that count for more?
I don't think so, and I'm not sure when they're going public. I've been trying to find that out myself, but I know a lot of people here locally that were early stage investors in the company, and I would have loved to have gotten into that. I'll tell you that right now. All right, so let's go back to where we were because we were talking about the Tatis situation. AC says he has no plans to fly to the Dominican Republic. Just by the way, he said, I said, will you fly down to report? And I'm being very serious. He writes, no plans to. No plans to.
I know that we always give him a hard time on this show.
Yeah.
But he's always been a good sport with you. I think.
He's actually a nice guy. He's a great guy. I can remember years ago in 2012, I'll never forget. In 2012, when I got fired by 1090, this is this is probably right after the Super Bowl. So call it February of 2012. I get fired by 1090. It's very humiliating. They did everything they could do, that former management team, to kind of run me out of town. They made up this whole big story about why they fired me. It was all a bunch of BS. It was all over money. Nonetheless, AC calls me and invites me to lunch. And we went to a kind of a fancy place for lunch. And when we got done, I went to pay, and he goes, "Oh no, I've got it." And I said, "No, man, come on,
dog. You ain't got a job. You ain't got a job. I got you."
But what he told me was, I'll never forget him telling me this. He said, "My father always told me, if you're the person who makes the invitation, you're the person who buys." And I've always liked Kevin. Like in real life, I've always liked him. I like to bust his balls. I like to bust his chops. The fact of the matter is this: if you want to keep your job in this industry right now, and if you've got a good job like he does, then you're kind of stuck, man. You work directly and closely with the Padres. You want to get scoops. You want to have access. You got to I'll put this in quotes. You got to sell your soul in some way, meaning you got to be willing to be friendly and fluffy to the organization.
Yeah,
even when they're not good.
Look at Adam Schefter. How many favors he's been pulling for players recently? You get called out on your stuff when it's so blatantly obvious. That's all it is.
Like what? What do you mean?
Oh, like when the Dalvin Cook situation came out a couple weeks ago, he immediately got clearly he got the information from Cook's agent, and he tweeted out like, Dalvin Cook has been a victim of domestic violence and blah blah. You know what I mean? And then the other one was Cliff Kingsbury recently. Like all of a sudden, he just tweeted, Cliff Kingsbury is a name to watch for the Oklahoma job. in an effort by his agent to get him a raise by the Cardinals.
Yeah.
There's certain
Listen,
things
that's
that
what
you're
people
just
do.
pretty straight
That's
up.
what people
Adam
do.
Schefter's he's also one of the people that's been unmasked in the whole Redskin thing.
Well,
So
he
he's
was.
had a couple, he had a
when
I
you
couple
think
say
months.
when you
I think what he did is many of those newsbreakers do that.
well, dude, you listen. How do you think a guy like Jay Glazer gets all of these scoops? He has become friends with the players or the coaches. He trains them in mixed martial arts. He talks to them about their nutrition, their training, etc. He shows up at their training camps and buddies up and goes out to. I mean, that's you create relationships. What Adam Schefter did was he had a relationship with Bruce Allen, or John Gruden. I don't even remember exactly how the story went. And that's what you do. Listen, hey, look, let me tell you something. Go listen to Troy Aikman call a Dallas Cowboys football game. You can hear one almost every week. Listen to the way Troy is the spokesperson for the Cowboys. But more than that, if back in the day when Norv Turner was the coach of any team, could have been the Chargers, the Raiders, could have been an assistant coach, Troy Aikman will hype a guy like a Norv Turner in a broadcast simply because he played for him. So there's the relationship. So I don't really blame Adam Schefter for what he did in that situation by sending Bruce Allen the article. Listen, there were times I'll remember when Jim Trotter, this is going way, way back, Jim Trotter, many years ago, was going to publish a story in the Union Tribune. This is pre-Sports Illustrated, pre-NFL Network. Jim was producing a story about how the Chargers were about to fire their coach at the time, a gentleman by the name of Mike Riley. Anybody remember that name?
Mm-hmm.
I remember Mike Riley.
You do not, Browner. This is exactly why you can't kick me off any
I do.
bandwagon or bring me back on any bandwagon, because I got the history here, pal. You don't know who
I remember
Mike
Riley because he went on to be a college coach after that.
Where at?
I think it was Oregon State, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, which is, by the way, his second time around at Oregon State. He may have had he may have had a brief stop, maybe a brief stop, and I don't remember if it was I think it was as an assistant at Alabama. But anyway, here's the thing. So Trotter was about to run this piece on Riley getting fired, and I remember the story was he sent it to Riley and said, "Hey, I'm just letting you know we're running this tomorrow. You got anything you want to say?" And that happens. There's nothing wrong with that. It happens. So anyway, since we're talking NFL, you guys want to jump into this Aaron Rodgers story today?
Yes.
I know you do, Grande. All right, listen, before we do, I just want to remind everybody.
Someone does.
I know. I want to remind everybody about iThriveMD, ithrivemd.com/Kaplan. And here's the phone number, 858-240-1497, 858-240-1497. Guys, look, I talked to Dr. Damani just the other day. You'll meet a bunch of the docs on the boat this upcoming Saturday. They're great guys. You'll meet them. And what we talked about was if you can get an appointment on the books, if you will, before Christmas. Christmas is Saturday. Christmas Eve is Friday the 24th, obviously. And then I would say try and do this before like Thursday the 23rd of December. If you can call iThriveMD, make an appointment. It could be for next year. It could be for February of next year. It doesn't matter. Get the appointment on the books before Christmas. They will give you 50% off your first month's treatment of testosterone. So I've told you, testosterone treatments are $289 a month. You can get it for $145 for your first month. But you got to make sure you have an appointment booked before Christmas. Doesn't mean you have to be in before Christmas. Just means you need to make the appointment now. And you're going to get through the holidays, and then January is going to come. You're going to feel sluggish and tired, maybe a little depressed. You don't have a strong libido. You're going to need some testosterone treatments. ithrivemd.com is the place to go. And you can save 50% on your first month. Thanks to Dr. Damani, and happy holidays from iThriveMD. All right, Grande.
Okay.
Take us through this Aaron Rodgers situation. Why don't you?
Where shall we start with old Senor Rodgers? Let's take it back to him getting COVID after saying he was immunized, which is fine. Whatever. It happens. People get COVID. I get it. But then him, instead of trusting doctors, trusts Joe Rogan. Also doesn't trust the doctors that told him to get the vaccine because he doesn't believe in them. But when it comes to his toe, he believes in these doctors. Not only does he believe in these doctors, he flies to LA to meet with more doctors. Let's take it all the way back. Okay? Aaron Rodgers gets COVID. Aaron Rodgers has a toe injury. Some speculate, aka Wall Street Journal, that he has COVID toe, which I'm not familiar with. but he insists that he does not.
I'm glad you asked, just so I could show you the lesions on my foot here, Rob. So if I have enough room on this camera, let me see if I can. Oh, there's no lesions whatsoever. Oh, what a surprise. No, that's actually called disinformation, when you perpetuate false information about an individual. I have a
What? Aaron Rodgers saying that he's a victim of disinformation? What? The guy that disinformed the public on the Pat McAfee show when he was talking about the COVID vaccine? Does any of this sound familiar to you guys? Am I alone here?
I think it's very interesting. I guess I hear the point you're trying to make, which is, so first, Aaron Rodgers, some people will say he lied. Other people will say that he did not tell the truth. Is there a difference between lying and not telling the truth?
There is.
Come on, guy.
Depends on the situation.
Come on, guy.
Hey,
what are we doing?
I'm immunized.
It's a
I'm
lie,
just
bro.
not
It's a lie.
vaccinated. None of you guys
Right.
had the courage to even ask me the difference between the two of it. Okay.
Correct.
But now, for somebody to put out a report that he has some sort of a lesion on his foot, and then Aaron Rodgers, to his credit, pretty flexible dude,
Busts his
busts
toe out.
out his toe right here, like I'm doing right now. Aaron Rodgers, by the way, these socks right here, I just want to say one thing. I get these at Costco. They're Puma socks. They're the most comfortable freaking socks. I swear to God, they're so good. Anyway, he breaks out his toe on the press conference on Zoom, and he wants an apology because somebody said he has a lesion. Doesn't have a lesion. He's got a fractured toe. I want an apology.
I got to finish. I cut the video. He says, so that's called disinformation by Molly Knight, who, by the way, never reported that. So he disinformed the public about who even is calling him out. Molly Knight never did that. She works for The Athletic. All she did was retweet a link from the Wall Street Journal. So he, and then himself, let's not forget that 45-minute interview on the Pat McAfee show, he spread a lot of misinformation about the COVID vaccine, a lot of it, because he bought into a lot of the misinformation that's out there. So
didn't he also say something in the clip about how he goes and he searches out medical research and especially when it's not something you know a lot about?
Correct. This is from yesterday's Pat McAfee show on why he went to LA, which I'm showing a picture of him meeting with the doctor in LA. Why did you go to LA? And I want you to focus on McAfee because I really am starting to love this guy the more and more he talks to Aaron Rodgers. Listen to what Rodgers said yesterday.
I wanted to get a second opinion on my toe. We got an incredible doctor here in Wisconsin who many people across the country will send their issues to, foot, ankle, toe, whatever. But I think it's always important, regardless of what you're interested in, of getting multiple opinions on the subject, especially when it comes to medical things that you might not be an expert at. So I went out and saw
Dr. Joe
fantastic doctors out there and had some good conversations, and thankful for that opportunity to gather some more information.
What did McAfee say?
He goes, Dr. Joe Rogan.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah.
Dr. Joe. I couldn't hear what he said.
I'll play.
Oh,
Just
Dr. Joe Rogan.
Keep focused on McAfee the whole time. He's like, oh, doctors. Oh.
I wanted to get a second opinion on my toe. We got an incredible doctor here in Wisconsin who many people across the country will send their issues to, foot, ankle, toe, whatever. But I think it's always important, regardless of what you're interested in, of getting multiple opinions on the subject, especially when it comes to medical things that you might not be an expert at. So I went out and saw
Dr. Joe
fantastic doctors out there and had some good conversations, and thankful for that opportunity to
McAfee cracks me up because, first of all, he's all Pittsburgh, so he's a total yinzer.
Yeah.
Right. And the fact that he stands up during the entire show and wears like a wife beater tank top, it's not like he's ripped and yoked, and he's showing it off. It's just, I don't know what he's dressed for. All I know is McAfee cracks me up, and I don't ever hear his show. I only kind of see clips.
Same.
But I love what he's doing with his career. I think it's great.
Yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to call Aaron Rodgers out today because I find this whole time I think the three of us have said the same thing. It's funny how people like listen to doctors, but for whatever reason, like we're not listening to them about the vaccine, which I find awkward myself, or weird myself. But
hey, Browner, you got the Packers and your Bears on Sunday Night Football on NBC. What a
Justin Fields starting.
What a terrible situation for the Bears to be humiliated on national TV.
QB2.
No. I had no intention of watching this game or being a part of it from a viewing aspect until this morning when they told me Justin Fields was playing. Now I'm back in. Go Bears. 42-12.
I really hope Aaron Rodgers doesn't. He didn't practice today. I really hope he doesn't play.
He gonna play.
I mean, I hope he don't play either. Then it'd be Jordan Love. It'd be Jordan
No,
Love.
it's not Jordan Love.
Patrick,
Jordan Love is out. I don't even know who the hell their backup is.
Isn't Jordan Love on the COVID list?
He's on something.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Keenan Allen's on it. They said 11 players this week in the NFL on the COVID list. So I'm telling you, that's why I'm going to get this booster, dude. I'm getting this booster. I don't want it again. I'm telling you, I don't need it. I don't need to be locked down.
I just wanted to make sure I got it before we go on this.
Speaking of things,
we got to go.
Speaking of things and going places. Well, we'll get to it
after the.
All right, hold on, Browner. Hold that thought. You're coming right up. All right, stick around. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. Hank Bauer, right around the corner.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Our massive signal covers an area where over 24 million people reside. So, if you're listening or advertising on another station, we have only one question. Why? The new generation of radio. The all-new and mightier 1090.
Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community.
Watch Doing More Sunday night at 6 on Your View or stream it online at yourview.com. Sponsored by The Barnes Firm, partnering with Shelter to Soldier and saving lives 2 at a time. Visit thebarnesfirm.com/shelter to soldier and help save more lives. Brought to you by Prospect Home Finance. Fast, friendly, affordable.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on Your View and yourview.com. Your Health is brought to you by Save the Storks. Help us reach the hearts of women with compassion, education, and holistic care.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
University of San Diego men's basketball beat Cal Poly in a close game on Sunday. Final score was 52-51. The Toreros took the lead with under 10 minutes left in the first half and were able to outlast a late run by Cal Poly to get the win. Wayne McKinney scored a career-high 17 points, making 3 of 6 attempts from the three-point line. McKinney also had 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Marcellus Earlington had 14 points and 3 rebounds as well. USD is now 5-5 on the season. They'll take on Cal Lutheran on Saturday. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Catch an all-new local show on the mightier 1090. Please join us every Thursday at 6 p.m. for the Charity Stripe, where you can get 3 out-of-the-box sports minds whose game is knowing yours. Only on a new generation of radio, the mightier 1090 AM, SoCal Sports Talk.
trip to San Diego's first Mazda Retail Evolution facility. It takes years and years to put all this together and to make Team Mazda a reality. Unbelievable team here.
Thank you to John and Corinne for the opportunity. It's a privilege and an honor to say that this is the store I get to be the general manager of.
I do want to speak to what I have in my hand here. It is a big, heavy plaque representing the grand opening. So I want to present this to John, say thank you again.
We're very proud of the work that you're doing here. I commend you on your future prosperity. At this point, I want to invite you all outside to hear a drum demonstration.
At La Jolla Cosmetic, we try to help people achieve well-being, and we feel that it's not only important to look good, but also feel good inside. And honestly, what a better opportunity to help my community than being a supporter of an organization such as Las Patronas.
The mission of Las Patronas is to provide financial assistance to local nonprofits that are providing valuable community services in the areas of health, education, social services, and cultural arts. La Jolla Cosmetic has been one of our biggest supporters at Las Patronas, so we couldn't do what we do without their support.
You feel the need and you see the need because we go to visit each grant applicant.
Partnering with groups that are actually dedicated to help your community, it's the best thing that you can do as a responsible business.
Shelter to Soldier is 9 years young with a mission to save lives 2 at a time. We're adopting dogs from local shelters, training them for post 9/11 combat veterans, and we're able to donate these trained dogs to deserving veterans in need.
You know, I was in a very dark place. I was having suicidal thoughts, and I really needed an immediate help. We don't know if tomorrow is going to be there for us.
Shelter to Soldier is a nonprofit, and we're able to do the work that we do because of you, the community. Whether it's an individual donating $5 or whether it's a corporate donor like the Barnes firm that's supporting us and sponsoring multiple dogs that are going to make an impact in the veterans' lives in need.
Him by my side 24/7 has completely turned my life around. It's not just saving both of our lives, it has made an impact on myself, Nigel, my family, my work. So yes, they definitely have saved our lives.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Wilsey Asset Management is an investment advisory firm registered with the SEC. We're a firm that's a fiduciary firm, and we manage $500 million in assets for clients and businesses nationwide. We do better when our clients do better. You want to have a win-win situation. And I saw the same thing with charities. Some of the charities that we're involved in would include Crews for Kids. Another organization that we really helped a lot was Children's Hospital. And there's also other organizations that we help as well in addition to those.
Kind of growing up and seeing how involved my dad was in the community, it really rubbed me, I'm going to say, in the right way. I did kind of take that one step further, I would say, and actually did start my own charity. It's called the Fighters Fight Foundation. What we do is we actually provide experiences to women that are battling stage 3 or stage 4 breast cancer. Our charity is not just about providing the experiences for women, it's also too on educating people. If you want to get involved in the foundation, you can go to our website, fightersfightfoundation.com.
If you love animals, Animal Zone is for you. From rescues to animal experts, Animal Zone is fun for the whole family. Watch Animal Zone right here on YourView, Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. And visit animalzone.org to learn more about the show.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio, SoCal Sports Talk.